This video provides an educational breakdown inspired by the books of Dr. Myles Munroe. We'll explore 6 transformative principles about love, marriage, and purpose. Ideas drawn from his teachings, translated into practical wisdom for modern life. This isn't about perfection. It's about understanding. Understanding what love truly means, what marriage was designed to accomplish, and how these concepts shape everything from our relationships to our sense of identity. Whether you're married, single, or simply seeking clarity about human connection, these principles offer a foundation, one that moves beyond emotion and into intention. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Original Design. Chapter title: Understanding the Blueprint. Before we can discuss what marriage has become, we must first understand what it was designed to be. Marriage, in its original concept, wasn't invented by culture or religion. It existed as an idea before ceremonies, before legalities, before traditions. It was a framework, a divine blueprint for partnership. The principle here is simple but profound. Everything functions best when it operates according to its design. A car engine runs smoothly when it receives the right fuel. A plant thrives when it gets the right amount of sunlight and water. Similarly, relationships flourish when they align with their intended purpose. The problem begins when we build our understanding of marriage on feelings alone. Feelings are real, but they fluctuate. They rise and fall like tides. If the foundation of a union is only emotion, then the structure becomes unstable. Instead, the blueprint suggests that marriage is a covenant, a committed agreement built on purpose, not just passion. It's a partnership where two individuals come together not to complete each other, but to complement each other in fulfilling a shared mission. Think about this in terms of a business partnership. Two entrepreneurs don't start a company simply because they enjoy each other's company. They unite because they share a vision, a goal they believe they can accomplish better together than apart. They bring different strengths, different perspectives, and different skills to the table. Marriage operates on a similar principle. It's not about finding someone to make you happy. It's about finding someone with whom you can build something meaningful. Modern life example. Consider Sarah and John, both professionals in their early 30s. They met, fell in love, and married within 2 years. The first year was blissful, but by year 3, they were arguing constantly. The spark had faded, and they wondered if they'd made a mistake. The turning point came when they stopped asking, "Are you making me happy?" and started asking, "What are we building together?" They discovered they both cared deeply about mentoring young people. They began volunteering together, hosting dinners for younger couples, and eventually started a nonprofit. Their relationship transformed, not because the feelings returned first, but because they realigned with a shared purpose. The feelings followed. Practical takeaway. If you're in a relationship, sit down this week and ask, what is our shared purpose? What are we building together? If you're single, ask yourself, do I understand my own purpose clearly enough to recognize a complementary partner when they appear? Purpose precedes partnership. Chapter 2. Identity Before Unity. Chapter title: Knowing Yourself First. One of the most dangerous myths in modern romance is this: you complete me. It sounds beautiful. It's been written into songs, movies, and vows, but it's fundamentally flawed. No human being can complete another. The moment you place that expectation on someone, you set them up to fail, and you set yourself up for disappointment. The principle here is identity before unity. You cannot successfully merge with another person if you don't yet know who you are. Many people enter relationships searching for validation, searching for worth, searching for a sense of self. But a relationship cannot give you what you haven't cultivated within yourself first. Marriage is not a rescue mission. It's a partnership between two whole individuals who choose to walk together. Think of it this way. If you don't know your values, your boundaries, your purpose, or your identity, you'll unconsciously adopt the identity of your partner, or worse, you'll expect them to provide one for you. This leads to codependency, resentment, and loss of self. Healthy relationships are built between two people who are already grounded in who they are. They don't need each other, they choose each other. That distinction changes everything. Modern life example. Michael spent his 20s jumping from relationship to relationship. Each time he was convinced he'd found the one, but each relationship ended in frustration and confusion. He felt lost. It wasn't until he spent a year single, intentionally single, that things began to shift. He started journaling. He reconnected with old hobbies. He clarified his core values: integrity, creativity, and service. He realized he'd been looking for someone to tell him who he was, rather than discovering it himself. When he eventually met Emily, the relationship felt different. He wasn't desperate for her approval. He knew who he was, and he was simply inviting her to walk alongside him. She felt the same. Their relationship became a collaboration, not a rescue. Practical takeaway. This week, write down 3 core values that define who you are. Not who you want to be, but who you actually are right now. Then ask yourself, am I living in alignment with these values, or am I compromising them to please someone else? You cannot unite with another until you are united with yourself. Chapter 3. Love as action, not emotion. Chapter title: The Discipline of Love. We've been conditioned to believe that love is primarily a feeling, a rush of butterflies, a surge of warmth, and undeniable chemistry. And yes, those feelings are real, they're beautiful, but they're not the foundation. Love, at its core, is not a feeling, it's a decision, it's a discipline. It's a consistent choice to act in someone's best interest, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This doesn't diminish the emotion, it elevates the commitment. Think about a parent waking up at 3 in the morning to comfort a crying child. In that moment, they may not feel joyful, they're exhausted, but they act in love anyway. That's the nature of true love. It transcends fluctuating emotions. Marriage asks the same of us. There will be days when the feelings are absent, days when you're frustrated, tired, or disconnected. In those moments, love is not what you feel, it's what you do. This is why vows matter. Vows are not romantic poetry, they're declarations of commitment. They're promises that say, even when I don't feel it, I will choose you. Modern life example. Rachel and David went through a season where they barely liked each other. Work stress, financial pressure, and unresolved arguments had created distance. The warmth was gone. Rachel's instinct was to leave. If I don't feel it anymore, maybe it's over, she thought. But instead, she made a different choice. She decided to act in love for 30 days, regardless of her feelings. She made his coffee in the morning, she asked about his day, she chose kindness even when she didn't feel kind. David noticed. Slowly, he began to respond. By week 3, something shifted. The warmth returned. Not because the feelings magically reappeared, but because their actions rebuilt the foundation. Feelings follow action, not the other way around. Practical takeaway. Identify one small act of love you can do this week for someone important in your life without expecting anything in return. It could be as simple as a handwritten note, preparing a meal, or offering undivided attention for 10 minutes. Love is a verb. Practice it. Chapter 4. Communication as Connection. Chapter title: The Language of Understanding. Most relational breakdowns don't happen because of major betrayals. They happen because of accumulated misunderstandings. Two people stop talking, or worse, they keep talking, but they stop truly listening. Communication is not just about exchanging words, it's about exchanging meaning. It's about creating a bridge between two inner worlds. When communication breaks down, intimacy erodes, distance grows, assumptions replace clarity. The principle here is simple. Connection requires intentional communication. Many couples talk at each other rather than with each other. They speak to be heard, not to understand. They defend rather than explore. They assume rather than ask. Healthy communication requires humility. It requires the willingness to say, "Help me understand," rather than "You're wrong." It requires patience, the kind that listens fully before responding. It requires curiosity, the kind that seeks to know the heart behind the words. Modern life example. Aisha and Marcus used to argue constantly. Every disagreement escalated. Why? Because they were both focused on being right. A counselor gave them a simple exercise. When your partner speaks, repeat back what you heard before you respond. It felt awkward at first, but something remarkable happened. They realized they'd been arguing about different things entirely. Marcus thought Aisha was criticizing his work ethic. Aisha thought Marcus didn't value her input. Once they truly heard each other, the argument dissolved. The issue wasn't the conflict, it was the failure to understand. Practical takeaway. The next time you're in a conversation with someone you care about, practice this. Listen without planning your response. When they finish, pause and say, "What I'm hearing is," and summarize. Then ask, "Did I understand you correctly?" You'll be amazed how much changes. Chapter 5. Seasons and Endurance. Chapter title, The Long View. Every relationship experiences seasons. There are seasons of passion, where everything feels effortless. There are seasons of growth, where you're learning and building together. And there are seasons of winter, where things feel cold, distant, and difficult. The mistake many people make is treating winter as failure. But winter is not the end. It's a season, and seasons, by definition, change. The principle here is endurance, the ability to persist through difficulty with the understanding that transformation is often happening beneath the surface, even when you can't see it. Nature teaches us this. A tree doesn't stop being a tree in winter. It's still rooted. It's still alive. It's simply waiting for the conditions to shift. Relationships require the same patience, the same trust in the process, the same refusal to abandon the roots when the branches look bare. Modern life example. James and Linda hit a wall in year 7 of their marriage. They felt like roommates. The spark was gone. Conversations were surface level. They wondered if they'd grown apart. They could have walked away, many do. Instead, they chose to stay, not passively, but actively. They started weekly date nights. They began couples therapy. They read books together. They prayed. They talked honestly about their fears. It took 2 years, 2 years of intentional effort, but slowly spring came. The connection returned, not the same as before, deeper, more mature, more resilient. Looking back, Linda said, "If we'd left during winter, we would have missed the garden that came after." Practical takeaway. If you're in a difficult season right now, ask yourself, am I willing to invest in this for one more season? If the answer is yes, commit to one intentional action each week that nurtures the relationship. Therapy, a conversation, a shared activity, a letter. Don't confuse winter with death. Chapter 6. Legacy and Purpose. Chapter title, Building Beyond Yourselves. The final principle brings us full circle. Marriage is not just about two people. It's about what those two people can create together. Legacy is not reserved for the famous or the wealthy. Every life leaves a mark. Every partnership has the potential to influence the world beyond itself. The question is, what are you building? Are you building only comfort, only security, or are you building something that will outlast you? Values passed down, lives touched, communities strengthened, purposes fulfilled. Marriage, at its highest expression, becomes a platform for mission. It becomes a partnership oriented outward, not just inward. This doesn't mean neglecting the relationship. It means that the relationship itself becomes the foundation from which greater things are launched. Modern life example. Tom and Grace married later in life. Both had careers, independence, and clarity about who they were. When they came together, they asked themselves, what can we do together that we couldn't do alone? They realized they both cared deeply about education in underserved communities. Within 5 years, they'd started a tutoring program that now serves over 300 students annually. Their marriage became more than a private union. It became a force for good. And in serving together, their bond deepened in ways they never anticipated. Practical takeaway. Whether you're single or partnered, ask yourself this week, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? Write it down. Then ask, what is one step I can take this month toward that legacy? You don't have to wait for perfect conditions. Start where you are.
We've journeyed through 6 principles today, ideas that challenge the way we think about love, partnership, and purpose. Understanding the original design, knowing yourself before uniting with another, choosing love as action, not just emotion, communicating with intentionality, enduring through seasons, and building a legacy that extends beyond yourselves. These aren't quick fixes, they're foundations. They require patience, humility, and commitment, but they work, not because they make relationships easy, but because they make them meaningful. As you move forward, I encourage you to choose one principle from today and apply it intentionally this week. Don't try to master all 6 at once, just one. Start there and watch what begins to shift. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear it. Until next time, build well.